What's good, YouTube? I'm Code, and there's a lot to talk about when it comes to Wuwa's new character. Now, Wuwa has recently released all the upcoming 5 characters that is going to be announced for Laharoy 3.0, which is going to happen in a few 3-4 weeks, right? But then recently, they just announced that the first banner is going to be lynae, and then the following banner is going to be Mornye, which I'm going to call her moaning because that's what I sound like it. That's what I want to say it. Anyways, these are 2 characters that I think a lot of players want, including myself, okay? Because lynae looks like that typical gold hair Gyaru. She's very punky, very vibrant, very poppy. And a lot of people like Chisa for the reason of her being like that typical Japanese student, black hair, very simplistic but very appealing. Now, in anime tropes, this is also going to apply to the Gyaru type as well, which can be described here by lynae. She is a Star Torch Academy student, very free spirit with passion in her soul. She drives fast and paints boldly. Her dearest wish is for her trouble free campus life to live forever. So you can basically tell right off the bat that she's someone that's going to be very stubborn. It's going to be someone that's very carefree and open to do whatever she wants. Okay. If the bubblegum that she's blowing isn't, you know, very specific enough, then I don't know what else will. What I find this particular interesting is this character actually reminds me of a character in PGR. Recently, actually, we're talking Luna. Luna just got a skin for anniversary, and it's free, by the way. So if you guys ever want to hop on, get that nice one, feel free to do so. Luna is primarily like this fusion like character, but then they gave her this new skin, very cyberpunk-ish, which was out of the ordinary, right? They even gave it out for the weapon as well. I did a video reacting to that if you guys want to check it out. And here's like a bit of the trailer. You can kind of see, right? Very stylish, very poppy. Uses as a spray can. In a way, this kind of promotes cyberpunk if you think about it. There has to be like some kind of connotation behind this. Or maybe this could just connect to Laharoy, because that's what I'm thinking. What if there is that crossover between PGR and Wuwa? Luna and lynae could go crazy as a duo, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, this is gonna be about it for her. Like I said, I was surprised because when I saw this, I'm like, surely she's not Electro, right? But that would be cool if we get an Electro character just because of this DNA that's apparently purple. But you know what? That's not going to be the case because when it comes to Wuwa, your character 2D does not match the character at all. And she's apparently, where is it? A spectral pistol. Yes, guys, lynae is going to be a spectral unit. Now, in one case, this is going to be very interesting because it is very likely that we're going to be getting negative statuses. So, lynae is going to be a character that will rely on Phoebe. Now, in the best case, which is what I think Kuro has learned, is they won't repeat what they did with Zani. So, lynae can do some attacks that might apply Frazzle on herself. And then this is where Chisa comes in. Because lynae can apply Frazzle, that means that Chisa can actually buff her. And what I think is most likely going to happen, because what Kuro does every single time is they will release like a support unit, and then following to that, you're going to get like the DPS. So taking into consideration that yes, we have Shisa as a support, lynae is most likely going to be a DPS Spectral Frazzle unit. Pistol is going to be an interesting choice. At the same time, when I saw this, I'm like, why does she have a motorcycle? And there's three characters that I'm thinking at the top of my head. The first one, you guys can already guess it. It's going to be Mavwika. Okay? Yes, guys. And when it comes to Mavwika, the Genshin character, you guys are also going to say, ooh, well, what about Augusta? Well, not necessarily, okay? When it comes to PGR, similarly to Luna Oblivion, PGR has another character that is arguably the most recognizable of all. There it is, guys. The most recognizable character in PGR, Alpha Crimson. Her aura farming, her abilities is unrivaled, is unmatched in comparison to anything I've ever seen before. And I think that Kuro might have tried to lean into the idea of, okay, this student is like very cyberpunky, is like a delinquent. We're gonna give her that motorcycle. We're also gonna give her that, refresh look, but instead of carrying a sword, she's gonna be pistol. So I'm curious to know, in PGR, the motorcycle is just a cub, which is essentially like the echo or the extra ability and the 4 costs or 3 costs or whatever, which echo you want to use. However, I'm curious to know if they would imitate similarly to what we have in Genshin, where Mavwika is driving around in circles with it. I mean, obviously, I don't think it's gonna be cooked like that, but if the motorcycle can be like used in like a burst or something, like maybe, right? She rams it into like whatever, and then you see her walking, and then at the back it just explodes. That would be incredible, right? That'd be absolute cinema. But that's just gonna be one theory. Another character that we have to talk about following to this is going to be, of course, Moaning, because this character honestly surprised me. She looks so refreshed. She reminds you of like what I would say a Rem from ReZero mixed with like uh an android or something like that, and I want to say mix it with Payla from HSR because she has like a tablet kid, or she is a tablet kid, and then she like follows the stars and etc etc. Apparently she is a professor at Star Torch, and she's very smart, right? That's what all the geniuses are. Not very talkative. She wants to surpass the limits of space and all around her. Now, this here is screaming Glacio. Maybe if not Glacio, it's going to be Havoc, right? But surely not, because this is Wuwa. So if you didn't identify that her eyes was red, you wouldn't know that she's fusion, because that's apparently what she is, guys. She's apparently fusion. Broadblade on top of that. I don't understand how we're getting a Broadblade from this. She's a tablet kid. She's an iPad kid. What are we grabbing this Broadblade from? Like, what is this? Is this headband on her? The ring just gonna whip out and turn into like a Zani sword? Like that's what they did with the tablet too. Actually, now that I think about it, I remember talking about it in my first react about how. Hold up, let me find it. Let me find it. Uh, where is it? Right here. I think the seating could low-key just be the Broadblade. I think that might just be it, because I don't understand where else they would pull it out that a gigantic ass weapon is apparently making her a Broadblade user. I wonder how she's going to attack, because my idea was that she has to be a rectifier unit. She's a tablet kid. She's going to do stuff virtually. So, yeah. I don't know how that goes. Is there any clues that I can see here? Usually they would put like the Broadblade, or like literally the only thing I see is this globe, right? and you would think about this as an equipment that's floating in the air that's probably used for satellites and stuff like that. But where do you grab a broad blade from? Which is what I'm curious about. It yeah, I don't I don't see anything. I think it's a look at the animations though, but I mean this is pretty cool. When it comes to Wuwa's 2D whatever animation. Ooh, it's like very flashy, very poppy. Okay. They're really showing it off, huh? Acid green. Want to guess what color is my next pick? Hmm. Wow. Like you can kind of notice like the barcodes around and everywhere. Wow. Yeah. Oh yeah. Because my motorcycle shows a bit of gold. It's spectral. Yeah. I use my spectral power to use my motorcycle. Well, honestly, that could be something. That would be an interesting idea. She uses spectral frazzle power to enable her motorcycle, but I just don't see it with this other character though. Oh, is this a 2D? Wow. All right, that's hot. And then this is the other one. Okay, for some reason this one doesn't want to load. Anyways, wait, is this the one for? Okay, yes, yes, there we go. We need to take a look at this. The Star World. She's like on top of the world. But look at her legs. So she's a parrot. Oh my god, she looks so pretty. She actually looks so pretty. This is so much different than what the 2D looks like. Okay. This 3D animation is kind of crazy, but I still don't understand where the broad blade is coming from. Is this like whirl or whatever just gonna like turn into a foldable and become like a weird long shield? I have absolutely no clue. But I'm excited to see how they will turn out. But yeah, as of now, I'm pretty cooked because when it comes to my polling, Chisa took it all. She ate everything. And I got a Ling Yang from that. So hopefully I can rack up some pulls to be able to get out of the two. I most certainly want a DPS. So I'm leaning to get lynae because I want to try out Chisa in like a proper team. Now I've been running Chisa, Phoebe, Zani. I feel like this is one of my new favorite team. I don't care if it's like behind Shorekeeper or whatever, but it just feels fun, right? I personally I want to try teams that are very unique, very fun. And then after that, I can expand and do however rotation I want because if you are very skilled in Wuwa, or you learn it to a higher degree, you don't have to follow like the simple rotations, right? You just do whatever you want. Now, is it going to be the best? Probably not, but it can still be fun, right? Regardless. Getting to try, getting to explore is what I want to see. So, yeah, out of these two characters, I still am excited for Moan as well and lynae because I think these two will provide new creative ways to fight. And let's say their animation goes like insane, right? You guys have to expect the upcoming 3.1, 3.2, even 3.3, they have to go insane. And I hope that's the case. We're also not considering the fact that I think Wuwa needs to release some sort of teaser for the collab of Cyberpunk. So maybe we'll see that really soon because last I checked, it was like what we have like 3 more weeks, maybe 4 more weeks before 2.8 ends. And realistically speaking, this has been pretty early from what I understand. If we will release like maybe in a few days, there's some more news and one of them happens to be Cyberpunk, oh boy, we're absolutely going to be cooked because no way are you saving your astrites. There's just no way you're saving your pulls. There's so many banger characters that are just gonna keep happening. But if it's free, which I hope at least one of them are, then we might be eating good. So yeah, that's gonna be all for this video. If you like this yap session, feel free to let me know. If you have any other questions that you would like me to talk about, I'm here for it. And yeah, that's gonna be about it. I'll be seeing you guys on the next one.